All right, everybody. It's 7 o'clock, and tonight we are on the Monday night mastermind. That is where you are right now. I see that Aaron Martinez is on right now, and I think there's going to be a couple people that might be calling in, and I can't see the people that call into this webinar. So, um, for those of you that do call in, if you can, it would be better for you to get on your computers because I am sharing my screen, and some of the examples that I share will greatly benefit you. So let's first start off with kind of how this webinar, how this mastermind is going to go. So this is fairly new. This used to be the Monday Night Mastermind used to be with me, Jason, and David, and these two incredible guys that I used to do this mastermind with. They have decided that they're going to go on and do other things and focus on some other things. So they were kind enough to let me go ahead and keep the name Monday Night Mastermind and use this for you guys so that I can mastermind with my team. So this is a really good resource for you guys to come to, and I think that you guys will get a lot out of it. So those of you that are on, I see Thomas just jumped on. If you have any questions, there is a box on the side of your screen that you can type, and you can type in questions as we go through here. And then at the end of the webinar, I will open it up to answer questions, and I might even unmute you guys so that we can talk and actually mastermind on this, because that's the main purpose of this, is to mastermind and get good information to you guys. All right. So first, I'm going to train. Second, I'm going to go through some updates. And third, we're going to go to the mastermind portion of the webinar and answer your questions. So um, the first part is training. And what I decided today is I was going to train you guys on how to create some autoresponders in your email. Now, go ahead and just type in whether or not that whether or not you guys are interested in that, because I can definitely change my training plan in just a split second. All right, this is what I was planning on doing, but why don't you type yes if you want me to train on how to set up your autoresponders, or no. It's like Thomas says, go for it. All right. And Aaron says yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so first of all, um, this is your Get Response back office. You should have Get Response. If not, then when you go through the iPass setup wizard, which is right here, it will help you set that up. But when you're setting up autoresponders, the thing that you need to remember is you have different campaigns here. And so you need to make sure that you're in the right campaign. So what we'll do is we'll go to messages here. We'll go to manage autoresponders. And you can see here that there's a bunch of campaigns. And I've already got one message in here, but let's say I want to create a new one. Okay, and this is for my iPass buyer list. And you set this up also in iPass in your setup wizard. Okay, let me just, there we go. So so in order to create an autoresponder, you need to click messages up here and then create autoresponder. And actually, let's see. And here are your campaigns down here. And I'm going to create one for my iPass, my leads list. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I have mine set up, because it's different than the way iPass, automatically sets it up for you guys. So I changed some things up, and I suggest that you guys do the same. So remember, what I did is I went to messages, I went to create autoresponder. This particular message, I think I want to make it go out on day 5. Okay, I clicked the correct campaign, and then I'll go down here and I'll create a new email. And I'm just gonna the subject of this is just gonna be hey. And that's a really good subject to use every now and then, because people open this when it just says, hey. And then I'm going to go down to my templates. And I'm actually going to change this up just a little bit. I'm going to just go ahead and delete everything. We'll keep the text box, and we'll keep my signature. Because this particular email, I don't want any links whatsoever. So let me show you the email that I want to send. My mentor, Ray Higdon, suggested that I send an email to my list the other day, last Friday. He suggested this, and when I did this, it did exactly what he told me it would do, and a bunch of people responded to the email. And I'll show you guys exactly what it says. And I suggest that you set this up also for an autoresponder, because it works really well. So I'm just going to paste that. And what I've got here is name with those brackets around it. And what happens here is the person's name will automatically be populated into that as long as they put their name in it. Now, if they didn't put their name into your capture page, then this will be automatically populated as friend. So it'd say, hey, friend, when it comes to your business or life, what is the single biggest challenge you are facing today? Reply to me in an email, and I promise I will respond. Signed, Josh Bayless. And I'm going to go ahead and well, actually, I might. No, I'll leave that. So this is what it's going to look like. I always copy the text in here, and down here where it says plain text, I click that, and I paste it into here. And the reason I do that is I've heard somewhere that if you do this, your emails are less likely to end up in their spam folder. So I just do this every time. Just a good practice. I don't know if it really works, but if it does, it's well worth it, because it only takes a couple seconds to do. So you just go to next step, and then you get the option of, if you just want it to go out on a certain day. With this particular one, you know what, any day for me is fine, because I think I'll be able to respond pretty fast. But this particular message is definitely a message that people will respond to. So I highly, I mean, it's weird. It's weird because my list wasn't that responsive. It really wasn't. And then Ray told me, just send them this. And when I did that, literally within 5 minutes, I had 3 people responding. And then after that, I had several other people respond. So it really works. I'm not sure why, but it's cool. So you just press save and publish, and it should ask me if I want to send it to my subscribers. I don't, not at this time, because I sent this message out to my entire list a couple days ago. So I don't want to send them a duplicate one. So let's go to my iPass lead list. So as you can see here, where is it? Hey, it's right here. All right, and you see a bunch of these, and these are the automatic autoresponders that iPass gives you. And what I've done here is I've gone into each and every one of them. You can go in here and you can edit them. Okay, and then you go down here and edit message. Just click next, and then you can edit any of this. I added a picture of my wife and the boys, and just personalize this to make it your own. And then you would press save and publish if you changed anything. So as you can see here, some of these are on and some of them are off. My mentor, Mike Hobbs, is a big believer in not having very many autoresponders. And the reason why is if everybody's using the same autoresponders messages, they're not going to be as effective. And if you want better results, you're going to brand yourself. You're going to put yourself out there a little bit. And I highly suggest that you go in here and look through the emails. Some of them are pretty good. Keep the ones that you want, change them up to fit your personality and your brand, and turn off the ones that you definitely don't want. And see, I've got some turned on here. I'm not doing it every day, but most of them, as you can see, I've got turned off. So just go ahead and do that. And again, if you see an email from somebody that you really like, that you want to adopt, you can just copy, paste that sucker, do just as I told you, create an autoresponder, go through that process, and make that email your own and put it in your autoresponders if you like doing that. Okay. So that's the training for today. Do you guys have any questions? Spam filters look for HTML link or code. It's a plane I have to deal with at work. Oh, so we might get Thomas. Why don't you put in the questions box if you'd be okay for me to unmute you so you can talk a little bit about what you sent about the spam filters. Just let me know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. Let's see here. Thomas, can you hear me?
No, I can't hear a thing. Can you hear me?
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and explain, because it sounds like you've got a little bit more expertise in that.
Yeah, I run a spam filter called Guava. I've been running it for the last 12 years for Manhattan Operating Schools US 383. And running that filter, if you could imagine basically 20 different tests going through your emails from top to bottom, looking for a blank subject line or a blank from line, going through your text and actually trying to figure out if you're a spammer or not. HTML code and HTML links, if you have a lot of them in your email, you will probably more than likely get blocked or sent to the junk mail. You want to keep your messages clean. You want to keep your HTML codes short if you use HTML code. If you basically design multiple links in, you kind of want to separate them. You don't want them landing like within 3 lines of one another. If you do that, you're going to more than likely become a spammer. Another thing, depending on what the spam filter is doing or what they're watching, they also watch the IP addresses where they're coming from. And a lot of you are not going to have any control over where your email domain sends out your email from. RBLs and servals are looked at on a constant basis. They're updated on a constant basis. Josh, if anybody sent you a message, what in the world did he just say? Did he just say some bad words to me? Tell me that, because I can't see that in the chat. So if anybody needs a definition of an RBL or a serval, I can try to break it down for you. Everybody up to par? Everybody understand what I've got so far?
It looks like yes. Yep, they do.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for me?
I'm not getting any questions. So, all right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Thomas.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll be quiet now. You can mute me.
All right. I'll mute you. Okay. Let's see. And I've got another question here from Aaron. What are the email and name fields that need to be maintained in order for things to show up correctly? Aaron, can I unmute you, and can you explain that a little further so I can make sure that I answer it correctly? All right, Aaron, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, so I saw in your email that you were doing for your autoresponder, it had like the double brackets with name and then another set of double brackets with email or something in it. And
oh yes.
I'm just wondering, do those just need to stay exactly as they are, like from like say we get the automatic basically autoresponders that iPass provide you with, the ones that you're looking at right there that you turn on and off and customize. I saw in one that you opened that you left in name and email, like the part that's bracketed in there.
Let's see here. Let me show you, and I also want to show you. I'm glad you brought that up, Aaron, because there was something I wanted to show you. Yeah, that I mean, if iPass has set that in there, that's completely okay to keep it the way that they have it. A lot of these links on here, I actually changed to be actually just regular links. You can see here, I click on that, you can see that it goes to the iPass Millionaire one. But iPass automatically does it, and it might be better for you to keep it the way iPass has it, because then they can change them up in the future. If anything changes, like with the iPass Millionaire, I need to go in here and automatically change everything on my end. So it's a lot less hassle if you just keep it the way. At least I'm saying that you need to change all the text up so that it's in your verbiage and your style. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, I would keep it the way that they have it because it's just easier. Now, if you wanted to say, instead of saying just hey there, if you wanted to say hey their name, and I don't do that for the iPass ones for a couple of reasons. One, because they usually don't give you the name. Usually the iPass capture pages only capture their email address. So the last one that I made, I actually should go in there and just say hey and take out the name portion, because it would probably it would just end up saying hey friend. Okay, but let's say I want to put a name there. Now you could remember these brackets and put name, and that would work. But if you can't remember that stuff, there is a nice little icon here that looks like a man. Okay, if you click on that, it gives you all kinds of options. All right, so you can do name, you can do first name, last name, email, and all these will be automatically populated. Let's see. So if you wanted to put at the top here, hey, if you want to unsubscribe from my list, you can unsubscribe. Let's say you can put that. You can highlight that and let's see, highlight it. Click this. Well, basically remove is unsubscribe, right? So you'll need to copy and then type your text. Highlight that and then click this link here. If you do that, when they click it, it'll go to the unsubscribe page. And sometimes on your regular emails that you send out, you send out your blog posts, you send out, updates and stuff like that to your list. A lot of times it's a really good practice to have an easy way for them to unsubscribe at the top of the email. And the reason why is that way they don't press the spam button instead of the unsubscribe button. It's a lot easier to press the spam button. I remember before I was in network marketing, I would see an email I didn't like, I would press the spam button, because I didn't want to go through the trouble of trying to find the unsubscribe button at the very end. So anyway, did that answer your question, Aaron?
Yeah, the only reason I brought it up was because on Saturday night, Saturday I think, I got an email from somebody that was telling me that basically they tried to click on the link in my email, and I traced down the email that it was like day 7 of this list,
Uh-huh.
And they wanted to click on the link and they couldn't, so they emailed me asking for a link, so I sent them a link manually. And long story short, that night I stayed up pretty late getting rid of most of the campaigns that I really wasn't using anymore, and I just basically reset everything up from scratch. I kept my lists. I moved my contacts over to a new list, but and it seems to be working now because I subscribe to it too, and I'm getting emails daily and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, I just noticed there's these fields in there and stuff, and it would say like when it would get to the bracketed part, it wouldn't auto-populate for some reason. And it's something I've sent in a support ticket on like twice.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I remember we talked about this a while back. Actually, you were having trouble with this, so it's hopefully it's fixed now. I know that. I mean, no system is completely foolproof. Um, there's always hiccups that can happen, and that's why it's so important for you to just double check everything, um, and make sure everything is good. And that's another reason why maybe it's good to just keep your autoresponders at the minimum and just be consistent about emailing your list on a regular basis. And you don't even have to always, like, if you didn't have a blog post for that day, you can still email them and just give them some kind of value. Um, Maybe it could be something that you learned that day, or maybe it could just be a picture that you saw on Facebook of an inspirational post or something. You can do those kind of things too. Actually I'm actually not that good at emailing my list. Um, I need to be more consistent at it. I do it multiple times during the week, but there's days that I miss, and um, it's something that I definitely need to get better at, and something that I encourage everybody to do is email your list daily, because it does produce results if somebody sees your name daily and starts following your stuff. So
So, I got a quick question.
yeah,
Can you go through just like a practical example, like say, like on our team, like Paul Hutchings, he sends out that swipe
uh-huh.
every week for, for the Wednesday hangout.
hmm So you want me to show you exactly the process of using that swipe in an email?
Yeah, like say I want to send it to my list,
Okay.
and I want to just do everything from scratch through my autoresponder.
All right. Yeah, I can definitely do that. That is a good question. And let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Is that
Okay.
okay? All right. All right. So what you may not know exactly what Aaron's talking about, but our group here on Facebook, the Pipeline Prosperity Alliance, is a really interactive group. If and I'm You really ought to be interacting. I see, Aaron, I see you interacting a lot. That's awesome. That's really awesome. The more interaction we get in this group, the better. It is already a very active group, and there's a lot of really great things happening. Now, if you go to this pin post at the top, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, our team has a webinar, okay? And you can find the swipe docs down here that correspond to this webinar. So you see, this is the webinar link, and then you take out your Empower username and put in your Empower username. So if you go to the docs here, you'll see this, okay? And this is for last week's. It'll be updated probably tomorrow um, for Wednesday's webinar, okay? And we may or may not do Wednesday's webinar this week, and I'll tell you why after I show you how to do this. Okay, so we've got that. We'll go back here. Did I change anything here? No, okay. Let me get on the main dashboard here. Okay, so from the dashboard, you can either go to messages and create newsletter, or just click this green create newsletter button. You'd create a new email. You would put the subject line in it. So we'd go back to here. We'd copy this and paste it. And you can change this up a little bit if you want. If you don't want to, it's really not a big deal, because there's only 223 people in this group, right? And I can guarantee you, I can guarantee you that maybe about 20%, maybe about 20% actually do this. Okay, so not very many people are sending these out. So if you want to do exactly the same, it's completely fine. And it's completely fine to go ahead and change it up too. So you do that, you go to next step, and then you can use these templates if you want, but I always use my own templates. Or you can do, I think, plain text. or start from scratch. Let's do that. So you've got different ones here. Let's just use this one. So a lot of times they give you like a picture to use. Like last time, I think let's look for one. Well, let's just use this one. So you save that image, okay, and then back to the email, and you click on this little image icon. You have to go to My Images, and then you'll upload from your computer. Go to desktop, because that's where it's at. Find your image. It may take a couple seconds to load here. Once it does, you click it, and it should come up in here. Oh, this is... So I'm not sure why it's not coming up in there. Maybe it's the size isn't correct. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. And we're going to put in something like this, okay? I'm not sure why it's not working. Only in a training, right, guys? Only in a training why that is not working. Normally, you would click this and you'd be able to, you know, click an image and it would go in there. I'm not sure exactly why it's not working. And then reload the page. Yeah, okay. Well, for you know, it's weird, but it's not working. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that for now. And then, because you don't need an image, it's nice to have an image for them to click on, but you don't need it. So you go back to the swipe here. You'd copy this, paste it. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. You'd change this up, and as you can see, you know, you can look at what he's done. He's, you know, this is bolded. You can go here and bold this if you'd like. Control B, or you can click that. This is hyperlinked, so you can go here and highlight that, and then put your link in here, and you can find that from here. So this is the link that you want. You copy, paste, and take that out and put your username in there. And then you just keep on doing that until it looks, you know, similar to that. And definitely make sure that you change that out and put your own name there. Now, if you don't want to go in here and change the verbiage to match your own personality, what you can do is, you know, say, hey, you know, my mentor sent me this message, and I think you should read it. And then, you know, you can say, hey, my mentor, Paul, sent me this message, and I think you should read it. And then you don't really have to change anything down here. You just have to make sure that all the hyperlinks are for your link in your username. So, Aaron, can you type in and let me know if that answered your question? All right, cool. So, and then of course you'd press next and choose the campaigns. You can either choose all of them, or you can pick and choose. What I've been doing is I've been choosing all of them, but then I made a folder with the people that don't open my emails, and I shoved them all in there. And so I only send the emails to the people that have opened my emails like within the last 6 months, you know. So that way I can keep my open rate high. And then this is a campaign for my new blog. So I don't send network marketing or business stuff to this kind of stuff. I'm still thinking of how I can monetize that. Um, but right now I'm not sending them any emails regarding all of this stuff. So then you'd go, to next step, and you can schedule it, to go out at a certain time, or you can go ahead and send it. In this case, I'm not going to send it at all because that was last week's. So let's go to our second portion, and this is getting kind of long. I don't want this webinar to last really long at all. So with a show of hands, who has seen the iPass update, the one that just came out? Aaron has seen it. Okay. All right. All right. If you haven't seen it, go to www.ipassupdate.com. Okay. Because Chris has put out a new iPass update, and he talks about this webinar that we are going to have on the 11th. That's this Wednesday. This Wednesday on the 11th, we are having a webinar that he will talk about all these new things that are coming out in iPass, and give you a game plan on the launch of this new iPass Supercharged. It's called iPass Supercharge. He'll give you the game plan of the launch, and that launch will be on the 18th. So that's not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. All right. So this is really important stuff. There's a lot of things going on. You guys are going to have new capture pages, new sales pages, all new videos. Just a lot of really cool things are coming out. So I would say in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of changes, and pretty soon here, if you want to start buying traffic, it'd be a good time. So so that's the update there. Let me give you a quick update with the Pipeline Prosperity. They have t-shirts that are available right here, and then here's the links to the different kinds of t-shirts. I'm going to get one. I think I'm probably going to get one with just the white, but there's all kinds of let me just show you real quick. You don't have to just get a t-shirt. You can get any kind of t-shirt that I mean, you can get a woman's t-shirt. You can get a sweatshirt. There's all kinds of options that you can get. So I encourage you guys to go ahead and get one if you want. You don't have to, but we as a Pipeline Prosperity Alliance team, we're gonna come together at the event. And if you haven't gotten your tickets to the event yet, go to your Empower back office and click on here and get your ticket. I expect all you guys to be there because, I mean, this is a business and this is your business's event. So it's very important for you guys to be there. I'm going to be there, and it's just going to be really awesome. Let me show you something while we're in here. If you go to Tools and you go to Promotional Funnels, these are the different capture pages for the Truth and Hype TV funnel that Empower has, which is a really awesome funnel. So you can see the different kinds of capture pages. See, these are changing out a little bit, and they're doing a lot of testing. So this is a really cool one where people have to answer these questions and then move forward. And then you've got some other ones here, and they're constantly testing these things to give you the best ones. This one's a little different from the last one. If you click that, then they'll put in their email. So as far as update goes, I think that is all the updates. So I'm going to go ahead and answer any questions that you guys might have. So if you want to put any questions in the box, if you have any questions about the updates or anything else like that. And while you guys are typing your questions, I'm going to encourage you guys to go to the Empower Hour call, which is right after this. In the future, I want to keep these webinars at about 30 minutes. because you know, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I know this is you know, right at, you know, around the end of supper time and stuff like that. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions. So we're going to go ahead and go ahead and close this out. I encourage you guys to go to the Empower Hour, which is at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern. And you guys have a wonderful week. Be sure to go to that webinar on Wednesday to come to get that game plan. So remember, it's on ipassupdate.com. You can get all the updates for iPass. So this is crucial this week. Be on that webinar on Wednesday, and then on next Monday, I will share with you exactly what I'm doing to prepare for the launch of this on the 18th, and I think that's what I'm going to be training on. So, and I'm going to be getting some information on some of my mentors on, you know, how to best do this, and we're going to be getting some information from this webinar also to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. You guys take care. God bless. This was a great webinar, and see you next Monday.